Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Ridgeway World. I'm Jeff. You're not. Today is a big day because it's springtime here in Pittsgrove Township. And what goes best with springtime? A little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of lime, and a whole lot of grass seed. And I don't know if anybody's been out yet and bought grass seed, but that 50-pound bag of Black Beauty was almost $200. Back when I did this 25 years ago, I used to be able to get Rebel and Rebel Junior, which was my grass seed of choice, for $50 to $80 for a 50-pound bag. That just shows you how crazy.
So when you stopped doing it, it was that much.
No,
then?
It was probably, I think last time I bought a 50-pound bag, it was like $108 or $110. And that was what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? So now this is $199.
That's
and the
crazy.
store I went to over the last 20 years said that they don't even order it in right now because they're trying to get through the old stock, because the prices are even going crazier. So I don't know if it's because the way the economy is, or the way the last 2 years were.
Or businesses are just trying to make more money because they
That's a possibility
suffered.
too.
Yeah, because if that was already in stock, then they paid less for it.
Yes, they're making their markup. They're making more money now. So,
Right.
and I understand
And
that
they might
a lot
have
of
to.
businesses were struggling through the pandemic the last 2 years, and didn't have customers. But one thing that always went on through the pandemic, because people were home, they were at least trying to do their lawn. They had to mow, they had to fertilize, lime. So, but in my defense, or not in my defense, I'd better rephrase that. I had a lawn business for 25 years, as everybody knew, and you always take care of everybody else's lawns instead of your own. So the object is now, since I gave up their lawns and I'm done with that, then I'm gonna spend more time taking my own. And I hope you guys see the hat. I'm Jeff, you're not. Thank you so much. And I gotta get busy. So what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna start off with grass seed. So an overseeding, it depends on your lawn, how big your lawn is. I'm roughly around 25 to 28,000 square feet. And again, area equals length times width. Everybody remembers that from grammar school and high school. So measure your yard, and that'll come up with your determination on how much grass seed you're going to need, how much lime you're going to need, and how much fertilizer you're going to need. And again, there's another decision you got to make. What am I going to get? I'm going to go full breed Scott's fertilizer, or am I going to go a slow release generic brand? Me, I've always been fond of the generic, only because of the mess. Scott's fertilizer, love it to death, does a great job, but when you're done spreading fertilizer, Scott's, you have it all over you. So with the slow release, I went with the Jonathan Green slow release here, which is a starter fertilizer because I'm putting down grass seed, and you should put that, put a starter fertilizer down.
So how many bags of that did you? I guess you can figure that out by your square feet.
Yes, and that's what I was starting off with, the area. So
Okay.
as long as you know your area, you can know what you're doing. Now these two bags roughly will do. This one even says it on the front, 12,500. So per bag. So I'm at 25,000 square feet. I'm right under what I need, but I don't want to go too heavy.
Okay.
I want to be, a little under my limits.
Yeah, because if you put too much fertilizer, can't that burn your grass, or is that like a more towards when it's hot?
No, it can still burn. A lot of people, they say to use patterns when you spread fertilizer, lime, seed, everything. You're supposed to go up one way and then cross it the other way. So if you figure when you're turning your spreader, it's still spreading. But look, you got a circumference of this spreading it, so every turn you make, it's pouring it right out in that area. So if you're too close to your turns, or you're not crossing right, or you're not following your diagonal, your lines and everything, you could get burned. It's rare anymore, but again, getting back to this, I use the slow release, which is these coated prills. And they're easy to spread, there's little dust. Similar to what I do with the lime. I use pelletized lime instead of the old pulverized shit that you used to get all over. If it was windy, your neighbors got more benefit from your lime than you do. But these are pelletized, so you're still getting...
And they didn't even say thank you.
Who's that?
The neighbors.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. In here, they don't care. Because never mind. But, no, cats. But, so, we want to use I use the pelletized lime only because of the mess. I don't want it all over the place. And usually the pelletized drops fairly well. You're still going to get dust, but not as much.
Now, what does the lime do?
That sweetens your soil. And that was a very good question, young lady. So if you went and did a soil sample, there's different things online that you can get to test your soil for alkalinity. And I like to keep our lawn, or I used to when I used to take care of it a lot more than I have in the last couple of years. I used to try to keep my alkalinity about 6.5 to 7.5. That's the sweet spot. So
how do you test the alkalinity in your lawn?
I take it to our local ag department and have it done. So
really?
I dig it up, put it in a little bag, and then I have 2 or 3
this
spots.
I didn't even know.
Right. I always take it to work. So, but yeah, I take it to my local ag board or ag farm business, and they'll test it for you. So mine was a little bit below 6. So I'm figuring 500 pounds over the square footage of my yard or our yard. This will take me up to where I need to be. And it's you can never have a bad time to put down lime. So if you want to do it in the fall, spring, summer, it can't hurt your yard.
But what about like the weather, the rain, and like are you going to do all the steps of like what are you doing? You're doing grass seed and then lime and then fertilizer, or
Yep,
does it matter what order you go in?
It doesn't really matter what order. I always like to put the grass seed down first, and then I'll come over with the fertilizer, then the lime. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever you guys, or whoever wants
and
to
then
do
is
it.
it good if it rains like right afterwards, or
Yes, I'm kind of hoping we get rain this week.
but not rain too much, just
No,
a
I want
little
a
bit,
light-
so that
light rain.
it doesn't go into one concentrated area,
Yeah.
that it's all spread out.
But I want a light rain, a light drizzle to put the grass seed in the ground. They say germination takes, with this grass seed, this Black Beauty stuff, 10 to 13 days. If half the bag germinates, I'll be happy, because what I'm going to do is in the fall come back and I'm going to redo the grass seed again, but I'm going to aerate, which is like a pulverizing of the soil, because you want to break it up. Compaction of your soil is bad, so you aerate or thatch or dethatch is always a good thing for your lawn. So if I rattle a little bit, it's because I got all this lawn crap in my head, so that's the way I do it. So yeah, we've already talked about the pelletized lime, which is great. We've talked about the fertilizer, slow release. Now the grass seed. I think this grass seed is roughly so many pounds per 1,000 square feet. I never really measure it. I got my settings on my earthway spreader that I use, which I know this is around 14 or 15 that I set it on from before. So it always goes up. You got to stop right here. It takes you to 14 or 15. And if I notice that my flow is not that great, I just increase it. I've been doing it long enough. Plus, I have a commercial license to spread fertilizer, to spread lime, whatever the case may be, that I've had for 20 years. So I sort of know the business fairly well, and I go by eye most of the time. But if you're starting out, follow your bag. Always read the bag. Landscapers will tell you PPE is another thing. So read the bag. It'll tell you PPE was your personal protection equipment. Make sure if it tells you should wear a mask, if it tells you should wear gloves, wear them. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Follow the bag.
Oh, you're supposed to have that stuff on.
I always try to stay upwind.
Okay.
So yes, follow the safety precautions anytime you do this. All right. Why are you giving me the eyeball back?
Because you should have a mask on then.
No, masks are done. I'm not wearing a mask. I wore it for the last 2 years, so I'm good. So that's our objective here today, folks. We are going to do this. We're going to sweeten this lawn up. We're going to, fertilize the hell out of it, and we're hopefully going to make it green for this
So
summer.
you're going to pour half of that bag into that
As much as I can get in it.
spreader. So do you have to have the spreader on the grass?
No, because I don't have it open.
None will come out?
No, because I don't have it open. See, that is all the way forward.
Oh, the lever. Okay, I see.
I took Terry's knife right out of the kitchen. So, but here, if you want to close up and look at decent grass seed, here's what we got. So grass seed, this is a multi-version with trifescue and a Kentucky blue mix, which I like. I don't like all the same grasses because I want it to look different. And when you mow it, even crabgrass looks good. But you'll also notice in certain grass seeds, especially the junkier grass seed that you buy that may be the most reasonable, look at inert ingredients. It'll say like 96% grass seed, and then there'll be like 3.9% inert ingredients. If you look at it, it'll make you sick because it's basically all weed grass. So always try to spend good money on your grass seed.
So you just go about halfway, I guess?
Halfway, yeah. Hopefully you
Well,
have
actually about 2/3, really.
2/3. So what I'm going to do is I got patterns. We've lived here for 35 years, so I sort of know every angle of this property. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start my first pass running parallel with the driveway, then crisscross back and come up and back. So Terry will probably get some of it and check out my sexy booty while I'm walking along.
Woohoo!
Yep. I'm not wearing underwear. See, now look, here it's coming out. And you don't want too much in your flower bed.
Wait a minute, I can't get that.
Well, see, look. See that? So you don't want to be too close because you don't want all this shit in your flower bed.
Yeah.
But see, I'm going to, like a lot of this, and Terry may be able to see it, like on these bare spots.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now you do the same process and you'll do it back there.
Yeah, I'm going to do the rest of the grass seed in the back, and then I'll do the...
Okay, well, if I speed that up, so I guess that's not the way to go. You gotta walk slower, right?
Well, you can speed me up. That's fine. So, and then if you want to spot seed...
Oh, you just, yeah.
Along the edges. And then what I'll do is, because you've probably seen where the spreader shoots stuff out into like the driveway, the sidewalk, and what I'll do is after I'm done, I take the blower and I blow everything back onto the lawn. So it's just like here, you'll have some spots that...
What, do you blow it real lightly? Because
yeah,
it could blow the seed off the grass, right?
No, I won't. Yeah, I'll just mainly try to blow down on the asphalt itself.
So then you're going to do this process out front, out back, and then you're going to do it the same with the lime,
yep.
and you're going to do this all at one time.
Same process, everything done at the same time, and then I'm done. And then, you know, pray for rain.
Does it have to rain?
Doesn't have to, no.
Okay, well you said pray for rain,
well,
so...
It's always good for grass seed, for germination, fertilizer, to get, you know, get it damp so it can germinate. So...
Would it have been better to aerate the lawn before you did this, or no?
It probably would have been good, but I wanted to start the balance of it first, and then come back, because it's better to plant grass seed in the fall anyway. Everybody, well, as you can see from all the dead soldiers laying here, the job is complete. So we put down all our limestone so the lawn is sweet. We put down our grass seed, which hopefully it'll germinate. Then we put down our fertilizer. Where the hell? Oh, we put down our fertilizer. Does anybody really know how the top 3 ingredients in fertilizer are? Nitrogen. And what does nitrogen do? Nitrogen greens the leaves of the plant up, whether that be trees, whether that be grass, whatever the case may be, it greens it up. So if you see the first number, which I think this is a 10-20-10, that's 10% nitrogen. So it's going to green everything up. And then there's potassium and potash in this. And the potassium is going to make strong roots, or that was the phosphorus. I can't remember. You know, it all runs together. But the 3 main ingredients are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash. So always remember when you're putting down your fertilizer to make sure it's what your lawn needs, because during seasons like between March 14th and April 14th, that's a pre-emergent time. So that way you put that on your lawn and it'll stop weeds from germinating for the seasons. Mainly you want to stop the chickweed and the crabgrass. So that's a pre-emergent. We didn't do that today. We just did a starter fertilizer. Then the next step in a normal lawn process, you would put down a weed and feed, which is a weed control. And you'll do that after basically your 3 to 6 weeks after you put down your pre-emergent. And that's for like dandelions, again, chickweed, things like that. But you want to put that down early in the morning when there's a dew, because you want that stuff to stick to the plant. And then some people do midsummer, they'll put down an insecticide, and then late fall they'll put down another weed and feed or a fall winterizer. But that's what it's up to the individual. So I hope some of this information helped. Remember, practice safety. PPE is key to this. Probably a mask would have been good today, but the wind was blowing away from me the whole time, so I'm good. And also gloves. Gloves is another thing, because you don't want the fertilizer to get on your skin. Now, if you see, I didn't have any problem with that, because what I was doing was I was pulling the spreader under the truck and then cutting the bag so it falls in, so I actually wasn't handling it. So, again, PPE is the thing, and also anytime you use tools, whether it's your earthway spreader, a Scotch drop spreader, but any tools you use, your knives, make sure you put them away safe, because there's kids around and you want to practice safety. Always remember too, your pets. When you put down
That's a
lucky
little
it didn't
windy.
blow my beer. So, but again with pets, back when I was doing this commercially, we had to put out a flag on every lawn that we put fertilizer down, whether it was starter fertilizer, pre-emergent, it didn't matter. Letting the people know that there's fertilizer on this lawn, so don't walk your pets on it, and don't, kids, things like keep off for 24 hours. But again with pets, because what happens is the pets on their pads of their feet, they absorb things, so they can absorb the fertilizer and it could make them sick. So I'm just friendly advice as a dog owner and love my dogs. Try to keep them off the grass as best you can, or wipe their paws when they come in. So I hope that was helpful. I know Terry's giving me the frown because it's almost dinner time, right, hon?
I'm not giving you a frown. Why do you say such things?
Because I got the sun in my eyes.
Okay.
So either way, everybody, hopefully it was helpful, and have a great day and a good life.